Greetings, my fellow free-blooded sovereign thinkers. This is LL3's newest podcast. My name is Craig, transmitting from the beautiful Beehive State, which is known as Utah, and today's date, Saturday, August 29th, 2015. It's going to be early Sunday morning on the East Coast, so it'll be August 30th to be exact, if you're on the East Coast. So, yeah, I was just browsing through on YouTube and had a real sad message on a Patriot filmmaker named William Lewis passed away. He was the creator of Watching You're Fired, Waking Millions During Career. And I'm going to put a couple links on there, one from InfoWars and one from Gary Franchi from the Next News Network. And it says here, award-winning director and filmmaker William Lewis passed away Saturday, leaving behind a legacy that reached millions of people worldwide. Lewis was known for his groundbreaking documentary films, which includes 9/11 in Plain Sight, Watching You're Fired, and Life on the Edge of a Bubble. The filmmaker was frequent guest on Alex Jones and close friend to many in the Patriot movement. Alex Jones and InfoWars staff offer their deepest condolences to the Lewis family. As I recall, when I examined some of the views here, articles, he was not really in good health. The man was a diabetic, but he kept everything low key. And even Gary Franchi did a little over 4-minute video on it, and he was totally devastated. Which he just did the 9/11 ripple effect, Take Back Washington, Camp FEMA 1 and 2, and he was supposed to actually wanted to do part 3. And it's says here, Debbie called him around 5:30 a.m. this morning to inform him of his passing. William Lewis will be sorely missed and remembered for his work and films long beyond. He is honored to have been able to work together with him and Warren on two of his projects in small capacity. He had truly a gift for filmmaking. If you want to leave condolences, please leave them here. And if you would like to send a donation to help Debbie cover from incidental expenses from William's passing, please send them through PayPal here and mark them William Lewis Fund, and they will be forwarded to her upon receipt. According to William's wishes, he wanted very little fanfare to be made in his passing, so Debbie will be having a small private family memorial and funeral this week to honor the life and times of William Lewis, beloved husband and father. William Lewis will be sorely missed by many people worldwide. Sincerely, Phil Jayon. And and of course, you can still donate there to the Next News Network, and there's even a link with his name on it, and it has all the other goodies what he has achieved. Beyond Treason, Ripple Effect, 9/11 Ripple Effect, Camp FEMA. Beyond Treason was amazing, so definitely check that out. That's a real hard-hitting video on how the soldiers and non-combatants, civilians in Iraq and so forth, have been getting a lot of people were suffering. Of course, the Ron Paul uprising, Blood of Patriots, Don't Tread on Me, and the Enemy of the State, Camp FEMA Part 2, Camp FEMA Part 1, and of course, One Nation Under Siege, and of course, Beyond Treason. He's produced others as well, and they can show it right down here. Peddling Influence and the other stuff he did, he self-produced. So, it's really a shame, And of course, conspiracy, it's not just that. Conspiracy who ruled the world's not really him. And it's a real shame because you have a gentleman that wants to enlighten people in his own way. And in many of these documentaries I have seen, and it was really a mind-going and a lot more clarity. Like One Nation Under Siege and 9/11 Ripple Effect, I always was convinced it was a New World Order agenda, but there's more details in here, and people are questioning, like the plane that crashed into the Pentagon, and you had like credible people who are pilots and all that, or really didn't really accept the official story. So this man will be missed, but his legacy will always live on. And my condolences goes out to the families and the fans and supporters worldwide that was familiar with Mr. Lewis's work. And I do have to thank him eternally for putting the message out. And may his soul be forever free. And I'm just, stunned myself. He was a young man who was 47, around my age. I'm going to be 47 in a couple months from now. So it really hits there, yeah. You got good people that die young. There's people I knew never even make it to 30 or 25. That's why, my friends, live once, value it, and always, every single one of us do have a purpose in life, and pursue it one way or the other. Choose your own destinies. Doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. If you believe you're going to do something that's right, go for it. And that, you can make impact. That, I could say, will earn respect, or other words, homage. And I'm gonna add that, and even on the info and the link from InfoWars, they had a quick interview with him, Alex Jones. And like I said, whether you like Alex Jones or not, the information that film Lewis put out was amazing. So you have to always focus on the information rather than the person. That's why I always say on my description of my show on Spreaker, always observe responsibly. Even I say it on my Facebook page or my Twitter. The people that know me understand where I'm coming from. So it's a real shame to the freedom movement and resisting tyranny. But like I said, the man made impact, and that could never be taken away from him. And thank you again, Mr. Lewis. And your soul will remain forever free. Alright. So, next thing I'm going to be doing here came from naturalnews.com. And I was like browsing through, find some interesting articles. I'm not going to do a whole lot. So, this one's entitled, Drug Sniffing Dogs Are Law Enforcement Hoax, Signaling Drug Alerts Even When No Drugs Are Present. It's by J.D. Hayes. And as it reads here, a recent ruling by the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals has brought into the question of the ability and effectiveness of so-called drug-sniffing dogs after judges found out that one animal in Illinois was not at all competent in the task he was supposedly trained to do. Free Thought Project and Chicago Tribune reported that Lex, a police dog from Central Illinois, was at the center of a lawsuit filed by a St. Louis man who is currently serving 20 years in prison for drug possession. Larry Bentley Jr. claimed that the 20 kilos of cocaine Bloomington police found in his car during a traffic stop in 2010 was derived from a legal search that was triggered by Lex. Even though Seventh Court upheld Bentley's convictions, a large question before the court was how much police should rely on their canine partners to justify such searches when the animal's competence is in question, as was the case with Lex. In a 15-page opinion, The court disparaged Lex and noted that if the police had relied solely on Lex's questionable abilities, the suit might have been successful. Lex is a lucky Canine Training Institute, doesn't calculate class rank. The opinion said if did, Lex would have been at the bottom of the class. Not much better than a coin flip. Nevertheless, Lex trainers at the Bloomington-based dog training school strongly defended the 10-year-old Belgian Malinois the following court's decisions. The opinion is unfair and very one-sided. Dr. Michael Baser told Chicago Tribune in a phone interview. He further noted that Lex, who is currently still on the job as a police canine, is a very, very good dog. The court's rulings has thrown overall capability of such dog into question, Beiser said. That some really good drug-sniffing dogs might now be taken out of service over fears that their performance records will also be downgraded and criticized by subsequent courts. The ruling highlighted records indicating that the dog almost always signals that drugs are present, doing so 93% of the time. Moreover, the court cited additional figures indicating that Lex is frequently wrong about drugs being present. This occurs approximately 40% of the time. Lex's overall accuracy rate is not much better than a coin flip, the ruling said. Beiser countered the dog's alert and false positive rates while working are an inaccurate portrayal of capabilities because they do not factor in time that he detects residue from drugs or larger quantities that cops aren't just able to find. He said that Lex's success rate in the control tests that are part of the dog's certification requirements have been higher than 90%. The Chicago Tribune further reported he conceded Lex did fail one control test during the evidence gather stage of Bentley's case, calling it anomaly. As a result, Lex was pulled from service for a 2-week fresher course. A terrible way to promote accurate detection. The appeals court said that Bentley's conviction was upheld in large part because there were no indications that the traffic stop that police relied on, including contradictory statements he made. The court said that those statements justify the eventual search. The opinion noted that Lex's performance was very likely to just above the minimum levels of acceptance as per criteria that has been defined by the U.S. Supreme Court. Nevertheless, the judges remarked that some dogs that are nearly always signal an alert for drugs potentially give a police pretext to search cars that otherwise would have no cause to search. They also highlighted the practice of Lexus police handlers giving him a reward, a toy hose stuffed with a sock, each time he alerts. Whether he's right or wrong about drugs, saying that seems like a terrible way to promote accurate detection, the ruling state. The practice has been banned by the department, the Chicago Tribune reported. Well, I have to say good, because as far as I'm concerned, you have this dog sniffer and maybe finding drugs, but you know what? You should still have a Fourth Amendment search warrant regardless. It's even in the Chicago Constitution. I think it's 8 or 12, I'm not so sure, in the Illinois Constitution, Article 1. So they do have that Fourth Amendment search warrant information. So there's no excuse whatsoever. And okay, well, they may have the conviction on the 20 kilos of cocaine. However, you still should have a Fourth Amendment warrant. Your dog, a police dog, is not a search warrant. Thank you. Though I am pleased to hear about that in that perspective, and I am not condoning drug use whatsoever. The only thing I can say is, you know what? Let's decriminalize the damn thing. Because and I know maybe Illinois will probably be worried. Oh my goodness, we're not going to get any more money. Well, you know what? Too bad, because I'm tired of all this little small talk and taking shortcuts and thinking that you supersede everybody else, including your U.S. and state constitutions. So you know what? I'm glad they banned the program on this dog sniffing ordeal. So the next one going to be a couple from activist posts. And this is a past one, by the way, on August 22nd. It's called Inspiring Community Solutions for Feeding the Homeless. And this is pretty neat. And it says here, the following is an inspiring video by YouTube activist Jeff for Justice. He chronicles the story. One of the community organizers, Jim, based in the rural suburb, 45 minutes north of Sacramento. As you'll see, while outreach is conducted through St. Andrew's Presbyterian, people of many faith and non-faith backgrounds have come together to help those in need. Political backdrop to homeless is discussed, to including trend toward criminalizing homelessness and those who wish to feed the homeless. This is also interesting perspective offered by local police reaction to St. Andrew's outreach program. Overall, it's instructive and informative guide of action that can be taken in your own area. And it's a pretty long video, but I can say this: always believe in no victim, no crime. And this whole criminalizing the homeless and feeding is happening almost everywhere within the United States, which I find is unacceptable. Like, good example, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. There's Sacramento, Los Angeles, Vegas, Salt Lake City, and many others. So it's just really, check the video yourself. You can make your own decisions. And I almost yawned. Sorry about that. But the whole thing is, I always support these programs. Okay, and I know many people are doing it on a grassroots level. And there's people I know are being harassed by the law. I have one colleague has to go to court in September about her feeding the homeless, which is a total sham. I'd like to ask that city attorney from Fort Lauderdale, some glam girl, I don't know her name unfortunately, I would say, hey, so how's it feel supporting victimless crime laws? It keeps you busy, correct? Because this is how cowardly some of these folks are. It's just a prime example. But definitely, no victim, no crime, and I don't give a damn what the so-called elected servants around the country have to say about it. If they don't like it, they don't like what I say, good. Deal with it, because deep down inside, again, you know I'm right. Okay, next one here. Came from, again, activist post, and this just came out the 22nd. It's interesting here because EPA knew about blowout risk on Animas River. So it's by Joshua Kraus. It says here, several weeks after the EPA spilled 3 million gallons of toxic mine water into the Animas River, they finally released some of the internal documents on the matter. According to AP, these documents revealed that APL was well aware of the risk associated with the Gold King mine. A work order for a cleanup in June of 2014 made light of the fact that part of the mine entrance had collapsed. Oh, so this has been out there for a while. Very, very interesting, I would say. And I will proceed. The reports read, the condition has likely caused impounding of water behind the collapse. In addition, other collapses within the workings may have occurred, creating additional water impounding conditions. Conditions may exist that could result in a blowout of the blockages and cause a release of large volumes of contaminated mine waters and sediment from inside the mine. which contain concentrated heavy metals. Much of the document's text is redacted and still doesn't provide any answers to what happened before or after the spill, and it doesn't explain why the EPA didn't immediately warn local officials of the toxic water pouring into the Animas River. Also unanswered are the questions and accusations surrounding the Superfund controversy, and possibility that the EPA may have deliberately sabotaged the mine to secure more tax dollars. Yeah, and Joshua is a researcher at the Daily Sheeple. Yeah, something to think about that, my friend. Remember, when feds know best and screw the rest, because they want to tread on guys, folks like you and me. Yahoo! Alright, so this is very interesting on that. And if it was an inside job, I think we should need to start shutting down the EPA or totally defunded them and let the states control their environment. This is nothing more than an interesting scandal, allegedly. However, I do find this absolutely appalling. So, I just have to scratch my head at times, okay? And speaking of another governmental entity, let's just go here. I know I'm just making this pretty short, but that's okay. This is from Government Slaves, okay? .info. And this is titled here, FDA says eggless mayonnaise violates current label rules. Oh, really? Okay, it's by Mary Ham. As always, the Food and Drug Administration has its eye on the ball and its arms around freedom in a big, stifling bear hug. The founders no doubt intended that the federal government would have a passel of people in charge of telling successful condiment producers that they can put on their labels for freedom. In this case, the federal government has decided a vegan company cannot put the name Just Mayo on its clearly labeled vegan mayonnaise product because the company doesn't include egg whites in the mixture and does include some healthy stuff like beta carotene. One of the things most discern from vegan Just Mayo product that advertise itself as a vegan mayo product that it probably doesn't have any eggs, an animal product instead vegan product. But why trust the American consumer when you can crack down on a small upstart business selling a product people like to the people who like it? And if we are to concede that it is indeed horribly misleading to call this product mayo, does it have to be a function of the federal government to correct this? Like I said, folks, read. Don't assume, read. And it says here, but Reasons reports. In a warning letter sent to Hampton Creek earlier this month, the FDA noticed several significant violations of federal regulations. The first complaint is that Hampton Creek uses the term cholesterol-free on the label of its Just Mayo products. Never mind that Just Mayo is indeed a cholesterol-free food, while the FDA allows foods with up to 2 milligrams of cholesterol per serving to bear claim that they are free of cholesterol. That the statement is forbidden on products customarily consumed in all amounts if they have more than 13 grams. If they have more than 13 grams of fat per 50 grams, and B, to fail to disclose levels of total fat in a serving of the product in immediately proximity to the cholesterol claim. The FDA also claimed that Hampton's Creek Just Mayo and Just Mayo Sriracha are misbranded because they do not meet federal requirements for calling something mayonnaise. Under federal law, only foods, 1, contain at least 65% vegetable oil, 2, vinegar or lemon juice, and 3, some sort of egg yolk product may be labeled mayonnaise. It can also contain preservatives, salt, sweeteners, spices, flavoring, and monosodium good bait. Ooh, goody. To go hail to MSG. But only provided it does not impart to the mayonnaise a coloring stimulating the color imparted by egg yolk. Any other ingredient are forbidden. We want to sell mayonnaise with an egg substitute, lime juice, or slightly less vegetable oil. Too bad. The FDA does not think the market can't handle such ingredient chaos. It is not the first run in Hampton Creek has the mayo cartel in this conclusion with the federal government. It is not the first time Hampton Creek has been target of an egg-based lawsuit. Last year, Unilever, which is owned the prominent mayonnaise brand Hellsman, sued the company over false advertising and unfair competition, arguing essentially what the FDA is laying down: no eggs, no mayonnaise. In December, Unilever dropped the lawsuit, perhaps part because of the Change.org petition asking the company to stop bullying the startup, which collected more than 112,000 signatures. Is the FDA perhaps being tad oversensitive? I think so. After all, its definition of mayonnaise hasn't been updated since the 1950s, when the vegan diet was a mere twinkle in the eyes of the mainstream public. Should Hampton Creek really have anticipated that the FDA would cleave so thoroughly to the egg requirement? These are significant violations, says the FDA, worthy of time and money spent battling them in the name of protecting American consumers. Just as natural skim milk is labeling is worth exerting the Fed's power and making a creamery throw out perfectly good milk and risk its business, or just a raw milk sales in Pennsylvania by Amish farmer are worth a SWAT raid. Remember all these stories when liberals tell you the federal government is in imminent danger of starving of funds. And all I gotta say is, screw the FDA. Okay, another bunch of clowns, to an extent. It's not, they're the same people that want to sell. They want to give you a bunch of garbage and high potent pharmaceutical pills, but they will coddle and bend over for them, but they want to destroy the little man that is being productive. So you know what? The FDA can stick it, as far as I'm concerned, because they're nothing more than a bunch of Uncle Toms to the oligarchs and Aunt Jemimas as well. And I speak that on an ethical basis. Okay? So this is why I gotta say, FDA, government, keep out. The people can read themselves. We're not just a bunch of illiterates and need you to be our babysitters in these areas. So thank you, good riddance, and you know what? Take this harassment and flush it down the toilet, because you are contaminating space. Yeah, finally, this came from Seattle Organics Restaurants, and it's a good one here. It says, health benefits of vitamin C, and studies suggest that consuming foods high in vitamin C, such as oranges, strawberries, papaya, and broccoli, could reduce the risk of strokes. And as it reads here, vitamin C is a water-soluble vitamin found in raw or slightly cooked fresh fruits, vegetables like citrus fruits, papaya, pineapples, bell peppers, berries, greens like broccoli and kale, and tomatoes. Our bodies cannot store vitamin C, so ideally every 4 hours one should take real absorbable vitamin C supplements or eat fruits and vegetables high in vitamin C. Studies have suggested that people should take 250 to 500 milligrams of vitamin C twice a day. For a moment, a tolerable upper limit of vitamin C is set at least 2,000 milligrams. Some doctors, however, suggested that their patients were treated with 10,000 milligrams throughout the day to fight off and beat some cancers. Higher doses, 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams, than the RDA recommendation of 70 to 90 is being prescribed by some doctors as vitamin C supplements to cure stress, trauma, colds, flus, pollution, and even to protect the body against frantic pace of life, work-related anger management, and low nutritional diets, eating fast foods, processed foods, or microwave foods. New studies suggest that vitamin C deficiency could be one of the main risk factors among high blood pressure, smoking, drinking alcohol, and obesity. contributing to severe types of strokes. According to researchers at Center for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, stroke is the fourth leading cause of death in the U.S. every year. 795,000 Americans suffer from a stroke, while 13,000 of them die from it. The study was conducted on two groups of 65 individuals. The first groups were people who had experienced a hemorrhagic stroke, and the second groups were healthy individuals. The researchers found out those who had experienced a stroke were the ones who had depleted levels of vitamin C. As a result of the study is yet to be published in a peer-reviewed journal, but the American Academy of Neurology has released the details of the study to the media in advance. The leading author of the study, Dr. Vanier, suggests that vitamin C could lower the risk of strokes by reducing blood pressure. He also said that vitamin C has other benefits, like helping to make collagen, a protein that gives structure to skin, bones, and tissues. There are other foods, including raw cacao beans, that could be beneficial for cardio care. In fact, several studies have concluded that consuming raw organic cacao beans, real chocolate, not the conventional ones, could promote cardiovascular health by lowering blood pressure and reducing cholesterol. And you can click to a link to find more on health benefits of raw organic cacao beans, and there's a link for that as well. And of course, we can go here. Other benefits of vitamin C. Powerful antioxidants. Scientists have released studies that suggest anywhere from 10,000 to 100,000, depending on the diet, food preparation, and the amount of oily foods consumed per day. Free radicals are attacking our living cells and tissues per each day. Hold on here. Although vitamin C on its own a powerful antioxidant, scientists have discovered that a group of antioxidants, including vitamin C, vitamin E, beta-carotene, glutathione, bioflavonoids, lutein, lycopene, coenzyme Q10, zinc, copper, magnesium, and vitamin A can work better together, are so much more effective in fighting cancer and beating radicals. And there's a link for that too, about oxidants can work together. And we go here, high blood pressure. So they suggest that people who consume high in vitamin C are lower risk of higher blood pressure and heart problems. That's why diet of highs in fruits and vegetables loaded with antioxidants and super beneficial for the ages and health problems. Cancer. The last few decades, many cancer patients have decided to go through alternative cancer therapies, including intravenous vitamin C to fight cancer. In 1935, a pioneer in medical research and a professor of bacteriology at Columbia University, Claus Washington Jungbloat, MD, 1898 to 1976, first published a comprehensive study on high dose of vitamin C as prevention and treatment for polio. He went on to produce approximately 2,000 research papers, which mostly addressed the benefits of a high dose of vitamin C, ranging from the cure for diphtheria toxins to bacteria infections. Since Dr. Jungbloat published this study, and other medical doctors and medical researchers have conducted tests and released a range of publications on the high dose of vitamin C to successfully fight against chest and lung diseases, viral kidney stones, cardiac disease, and even hepatitis. In recent research, including a new published one in the journal Nature Medicine, shows that healthy cells damaged by chemotherapy release more of a protein known as WNT16B, which can promote a prolonged cancer survival. There's a link for that too to check it out. With toxic side effects of conventional medical treatments, more and more people are looking for alternative cancer therapies, including intravenous vitamin C, nutritional and herbal remedies to beat cancer. Osteoarthritis. People who eat a diet high in vitamin C from fruits and vegetables are less likely to be diagnosed with arthritis. Studies have shown that vitamin C is essential for making collagen. During osteoarthritis, OA, cartilage is destroyed by putting lots of pressure on joints and bones. Asthma. Although there could be different reasons behind developing asthma, studies have shown that low levels of vitamin C can trigger symptoms of asthma. Other benefits of vitamin C are treating colds and flus, boosting immune system, treating allergies, reducing blood sugar in people with diabetes, improving eye vision, reducing sun exposure, and promoting mood and gum health. Dietary sources of vitamin C. Keep in mind that not all supplements, including vitamin C supplements, are made equal and from real food sources. In fact, much of the vitamin C is in ordinary tablets, capsules, powders, and liquids is destroyed during processing or after digestion, or just passes through your body without being absorbed. However, click here to find out why spending money on real multivitamins isn't waste for elderly and people who have mineral or vitamin deficiency, and people who cannot absorb certain minerals or vitamins because of medical condition. There's a link for that. Instant of vitamin C supplements. You can add these fruits and vegetables and high vitamin C, ideally every 4 hours in your diet. Papaya, 80 milligrams of vitamin C and high in vitamin A. Kiwi raw, both raw. Papaya and kiwi raw, 160 milligrams of vitamin C and high in vitamin K. Herbs, cilantro, chives, parsley, thyme, basil raw, 120 milligrams of vitamin C. Kale, mustard greens, turnip greens, watercress, chard, spinach raw, 120 milligrams of vitamin C. Bell peppers, sweet, green, yellow, red, raw, 120 milligrams of vitamin C. Mango raw, 98 milligrams of vitamin C and high in vitamin A. Strawberries raw, 95 milligrams of vitamin C and in high fiber and antioxidant. Broccoli raw, 90 milligrams of vitamin C and multi-nutrient detox fibrous benefits. Tomatoes raw, cooked or sun-dried, 90 milligrams of vitamin C. Oranges, 90 milligrams of vitamin C. Grapefruits, pink and red raw, 70 milligrams of vitamin C. And cauliflower, which is raw, 50 milligrams of vitamin C and plenty of vitamin K. Folate and dietary fiber. Cranberries, blueberries, and raspberries. You can almost get vitamin C when you eat fruits and vegetables that are raw or so lightly cooked and steamed and or cooked. And there's a couple of sources on here too to verify everything, and I do have to agree on that with the vitamin C. That's why it's always good to know your health, my friends. It is very essential to take care of your health, study these things, this knowledge, and share this with others. Because when people learn to maintain their health, we can really hurt the big pharmaceutical companies and put them on their knees in a period of time. So I beseech every single one of you that listen to the show, take care of your health, share this knowledge to everyone you know. Alright, because Seattle Organic Restaurants is a very good website, and what's cool, again, we follow each other on Twitter, so that's pretty neat. So I share information, she shares information, and that's how we do things, so knowledge is power, my friends. And why is this thing unplugged? So it looks like, yeah. But like I said, it's one of those things, my friends. And definitely check this out. It's very, very cool. So, alright. And that is it, my friends, and thanks for listening, and plus, feel free, that's why, shoot. Plus, feel free to download and circulate this throughout your social media network. If you have any questions, comments, criticisms, love letters, hate letters, or send me information, please always use it with decorum. You can plug me, you can hit me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Spreaker, and you can send your comments to iHeartRadio. I know I didn't say it in the last episode, and I apologize for that. Once again, thanks for your time. Let's always remember that the demoniac resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate humanity. Until next time, take care of yourselves, keep on spreading the love, and may your guardian spirits be with you.